This is my outdoor spa. We're not quite done yet. We still got to reface it, make it look beautiful, do some trim. But we got sauna with our heater underneath. Just hooked up a shower. And around this corner is our tub made out of a horse trough. Obviously, I get a lot of pallets. So you can see under here, this is a pallet. It's about 8 foot long. And I have 2.5 back here. And then this is a half one. But I have them all sitting on top of these logs. I don't know, as a structural support. I wanted to keep it off the ground too so that I could put this guy in. This is my fire pit that I made out of a drum. We welded some hinges on. So we got a door. I got a lock with the bolt. It works. I've used these things for a lot of smokers and fireplaces in the front, so they last about 3 years before they're rotting out. And then goes up through the chimney. And as you can see, I have a top off of one of these drums, and I used it for a heat shield so that my chimney wasn't directly touching any wood or anything. Need to keep some kind of separation there between wood and heat. So as you can see here, I'm on the side of the sauna. Obviously that's a pallet. This is another one. And then I have a half one. I simply just nailed them together in between. Mind you, I did not use a level to put up this beam. I did not use any tape measure to cut that. It was simply just waist height, cut it, put it in. My cuts are not perfect. I didn't have my good saw with me at that time, so we used what was available. I do have it on a brick on the back side to keep it up off the ground so that it doesn't mold. I used some old roofing paper that I had sitting around. We're still gonna fill in that spot, and then we're gonna face the whole side of it with more pallet wood. I'll bring you around the back here. This is just an old board that I had around. We use it to get up on the roof. I have a close off. I have a vent up here. And this is to help me regulate heat. So I keep this about half open, and then I have about 1.5 foot flame coming out the top of this. And this goes right down to our barrel. When I'm not using it, I close it so that my barrel doesn't fill up full of water down there. This is an extension that we just built. It's obviously another pallet, 2 pallet. That is not quite a pallet, but this is a half pallet, and then I extended it out so that when you're taking a shower, it runs through these pallets fairly good, fairly fast. And then a little bit of a privacy wall because my house is right there. This is a little look from the inside of the sauna here. Mind you, I barely used a tape measure to cut all this stuff. I figured out one length, front to back, and then I stacked 4 or 5 of them up and cut them all to the exact same length. I still do want to do some trim around the sides. This is discount wood, so we do have spots that are like this. They're not perfect, but I'm going to trim them in and make them look nice. This light, I did silicone it in, so there's no way that my electrical can get wet. I did rebuild the inside of it. That's a brand new light that I reused from another outdoor light. And then the wiring goes up up and then through right to the back side of it, out to a plug, so that when I want to, I can just plug in this guy and the light turns on. I do want to go over this with you quick here. This is just some garden hose hookups with a garden hose hooked up to my hot water, and I'll show you how I hook it up to in the house as well. But on the top here, it's 2 valves, so one goes to the shower. This one, I can turn it on and off, and then this other valve goes over to the tub, and I can obviously turn that on and off as well. And then in the winter, when I'm not using it, I just disconnect this guy and bring it back into the house and put it right in the window so that it's ready to use whenever I need, not frozen. And I'll show you how I connected it to a hot water in the house here. Once we pop through the window here, we're into the house, into my basement, and then it comes up into the ceiling, runs along the ceiling, and then I have it switched over from a hose connector to a dishwasher hose, and then it actually runs upstairs, and I'll show you that. So we've gone from outside into the basement, and now we're in my kitchen. There was a wall along here. It was like a half wall with the dishwasher and stuff over there. The sink was actually over there too, so I moved that around. And then underneath, you can see I have one hookup for my sink, and then one goes down and into the basement. And that's the one that I've hooked up my hose to go outside. I think that wraps up this sauna build video. If you want to know any more about it, let me know in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe. Let me know what you think. See you next time.